Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Tribute to the Troops WWE event for the 6th of December 2020. I won't get too political into this, but I'll say I don't believe in Tribute for the Troops shows, because if you're going to tribute for the troops, you should do it for all 196 countries in the world, not just in the United States like they do here. After all, if you're a worldwide company, shouldn't you represent everyone? Anyway, they do these. This is supposedly the 18th one, although I don't know that there's 18 they've actually done. And it basically is a 1 hour show, kind of a throwaway show. Show opens with everyone involved in a 10-man tag team match already in the ring. Daniel Bryan's leading a yes chant as if he's just coming into the ring. Anyway, the teams are Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, and the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, defeating King Corbin, Elias, Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode, and Sami Zayn. Ford pinned Zayn to win the match for the babyface team. Ford did serve in the military, so this particular pin makes sense. He scores a clean pin over the IC champion, and hopefully that leads to something in the future. Maybe the Street Profits will break up down the road and Ford gets a singles push, who knows. Mysterio and Ziggler start the match. They go back and forth. Mysterio gets a near fall. Ziggler cuts him off. Roode tags in. Mysterio uses speed to outmaneuver him. Hardy tags in. I'm surprised to see Hardy after the head injury from a while back, but anyway, not too long ago, a week and a half ago, something like that. Anyway, Mysterio assisted Hardy for the poetry in motion, like he used to do with his brother Matt. Babyfaces had things under their control. Bryan tags in. Bryan charges towards the corner. Roode cuts him off. Elias comes in and begins to beat down on Bryan. Elias keeps him from making a comeback and hits a knee strike. Hardy is standing on the apron and hits Elias with a cheap shot and instigates a melee. Everyone pounded on the ring. There's about 8 or 10 dives in a row here. Ford concludes with a tope con hilo of his own. He gets a shine before we go to a commercial break. They finally mention he's a military veteran. When coming back, he served as a Marine at some point. He was supposedly deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan during his time in the military. Respect the fact that he chose to serve. Bryan gets worked up or gets worked over for a while after the commercial, and he hits a missile dropkick to Roode. Mysterio gets a hot tag and cleaned house for a bit. He hits a seated senton, and then Corbin cuts him off with a chokeslam backbreaker. Mysterio tags out to Dawkins. Zayn bumps around for him, leads to a near fall. Elias breaks up the pin, and then Hardy takes out Elias with a twist of fate. Ziggler hits Hardy with a super kick. Ziggler runs into a running knee strike from Bryan. Roode catches Bryan with a spine buster. Mysterio hits a 619 on Roode. And Corbin cuts Mysterio off. Corbin is clotheslined over the top rope by Dawkins. Zayn goes for a schoolboy and gets a near fall. Dawkins hits a twisting neckbreaker on Zayn to put Zayn in position for the frog splash from Ford. Ford gets the win over Zayn. Then we go into a completely useless segment, Lacey Evans push-up contest. This is some sort of cross-promotion with the NFL on Fox. And Lacey Evans, and sport analysts of some sort, host a push-up contest. Evans served in the military as a Marine. She joined the push-up contest to compete with a bunch of other Marines. She places second in the contest. And then country music recording artist Hardy performed Give Heaven Some Hell. Video package aired featuring messages from the WWE rosters thanking soldiers in the military. And then we go to SmackDown Women's Champ Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair defeating Bayley and Natalya. Banks submits Natalya with a bank statement. Not a bad match. I don't really understand why Natalya needs to be there. I would put a younger, more chance of getting over talent in the match, but they do what they do. Banks shows athletic ability early. Belair turns this into a shine. Belair gets Bayley into things, which leads to Bayley attempting to cheat. Belair knocked her down and knocked Natalya down as well. Belair tags her partner. Banks comes in, hits a military press. Belair sends Banks into a flying crossbody, taking out both the heels. This leads to a commercial. Heels are in control when the show returns. We don't know how. They're working over Belair. Banks soon makes a hot tag. She goes nuts on the heels. Banks lands a Meteora on Natalya. Goes for cover. Bayley breaks that up. Banks dropped her with a kick. Belair counters with a handspring into a standing moonsault on Bayley. Natalya came in and is going after her signature spots. Banks trips her. Banks then trapped Natalya in the bank statements, and she taps out. They show a clip from the 2007 event in Iraq. Vince McMahon is playing heel. John Cena is dressed as Santa Claus and gives Vince his finish. I guess they want to make WWE seem relevant, so they used a clip from 13 years ago. Awesome. Anyway, final match. McIntyre defeats The Miz with John Morrison in a non-title match. Dominant win for McIntyre here. McIntyre goes nuts during the early part of the match. McIntyre goes after The Miz, both in and out of the ring. McIntyre crouches himself, attempting a superplex, but he raised up and sends Miz crashing to the floor after crouching himself. Miz bumps around for clotheslines and suplexes. McIntyre hits a neckbreaker and a nip-up. Morrison gets his 30 seconds in the match by distracting the referee, crawls into the ring. Miz uses a poke to the eye. He tries to use the ropes for leverage. McIntyre kicks out. McIntyre counters with a full Nelson and then hits a Future Shock DDT. Miz then gets kicked in the face with a Claymore, and McIntyre wins. I guess you consider this a feel-good show. I guess it's good for political purposes, but literally, if I'm able to review it in 8 minutes, and I was stretching to get there, I don't really see what the point of it is. I guess people like it, or Vince likes to feel politically connected or something, but a completely 100% skippable show. Anyway, we'll be back with more right after this.